Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you know me, you know my name. And if not, click the link in the description box, follow me on Instagram and get to know me. You read the title already, so you know I'm here with a story time about the time that I got flued out and kicked out. So I'm not gonna ramble, I'm just gonna get right into the story time.
I'm still young, just a girl having fun. Sorry for the misunderstanding, John. I'm just a forward, man, I'm ready for second down. Oh no, me need my funds, yeah. Road off run, work for my own, so me don't need no one. Still no waste, man, can't get none. Me stand up and I never drop. Squeeze my neck, squeeze my breast. You do your best, you relieve my stress.
Alright, so here's the backstory. I was working at Dallas BBQs in Brooklyn and Flatbush in 2016. When I was working there, I met this guy and we're gonna name him Habibi.
Tell them how we met before we go. How I met you while you was working. And if you don't remember though, but I do.
I remember. What the heck? He kept asking me to charge his phone. So I'm like, we don't have nowhere to charge your phone, sir.
And she wasn't even my waitress.
I wasn't his waitress. He kept bothering me, yo.
I'm not gonna lie, I went in there with like 20 deep.
When his table first came in, because that was my section that they sat in. I'm like, I was still new there. So I was like, I knew they wasn't gonna give me that party. So I was tired. I was like, damn. Because that's automatic gratuity. And they was ordering mad liquor.
Facts.
So I'm like, damn. I was tight. I was so mad. So when he called me over, like, can you charge my phone? I had a little attitude.
No, I'm not gonna lie, right? She walked by, we always like, damn. My nigga, right? One of my mans, right in front of our waitress, he's like, damn, why we get her?
I remember that.
Yo, and I know she heard it. You feel me? I know she heard it. I know she was like, oh, damn. When he said that shit, he's like, damn, why we get her? And then me, the type of nigga I am, like, I'm quiet, but if I see something, I gotta attack. So, and I already see all my mans was on it. They all looking like, oh yeah. But they more talkers. Me, I just get to work. I just, I don't say nothing. I just talk. And then after, I'm like, yo, bro, Mac, I already got it. So she walked by and I, pulled her like, yo, I'm gonna do this. I'm like, yo. I'm like, yo, why we didn't get you? Some corny shit, whatever. She's like, oh, I don't know. Had to push it. She came back, grabbed the gun. Come here. I was like, yo, can you charge my phone? My phone's 100%. I'm like, yo. I'm like, yo, can you charge my phone? No. I'm like, damn. Walks away. Come back. And I was at that time like, nah, I gotta get this. I was like, yo, please, come on. Like, you can charge my phone, please. She finally gave it. She's like, all right. She took it.
How the heck did we end up exchanging?
Correct, because you can't give numbers at work.
Why?
Usually waitresses don't. Usually don't ask waitresses for their number. I was only one waitress that asked for their number and I got it. But I usually write it on the receipt. Who's this? Oh, my sister. But, so then, I think I got your Instagram. No, I got a number right away. You know why I got her number right away? Because I remember calling her, like, the next day. And she was telling me how she fucked up some girl that was in her crib. That was her first story. And I'm like, yo, this girl is crazy. For some reason, with us, we always stayed cool.
Honestly, like, the type of person I am, like, I can literally converse with anyone. Like, I can have a conversation with a random stranger and, like, we could chop it up. Like, I can get to know them. They get to know me. And, like, we would never link. Like, we don't have to link. I could meet someone, text them or talk to them on the phone, and I'd never have to see them ever again. Like, we met in 2016 and we used to talk all the time, and I knew stuff about him and he knew stuff about me, but we never hung out ever. But we both lived in Brooklyn, but we never hung out. We met that one time at BBQs, and I was working. He was there with a group of friends, and that was the time we met. And we used to talk all the time. So, like, he knew stuff about me and I knew stuff about him, but we never met, right? I mean, we never linked after that. So we was just like texting and talking on the phone. We follow each other on social media. So like he would comment on my stuff. If I see what he posts, I'll comment on his stuff. And it was just like that. It was regular. Like it was like we was friends. Like we was cool. So fast forward, even though we never like hung out, like he used to flirt with me and like tell me stuff like, oh, like I fuck with you, blah blah, like you're mad cool. And so I'm thinking like, okay, like he sees that I'm genuine, like he seems like a nice, like he seems mad cool too, like he's mad cool, he seems down to earth, he seems genuine. So I'm thinking like, I got this pen pal who is mad cool, like we both cool, like we just talk about regular stuff and that's it, non-judgmental, like we just tell each other stuff, vent, blah blah blah, laugh, make jokes. We just never linked because I'm a flop, honestly. I be flopping. Being that I don't live in Brooklyn, the odds of me linking a nigga in Brooklyn is slim to none. One day, Habibi hit me up. Let me see if I can find the receipts. Find receipts. Let's get to it. Habibi hit me up on September 10th, 2018, and he said, my son shooting a video and he need models. I think he could be one and he paying, so why not? I'm not a video girl. I'm not a model. I was like, I'm not a model, like I just said, but what's the details? Who's your son? And what's the song? He said, why not give the bread to someone I know instead of hiring a random girl? I was like, smart. So he said the song's not released yet. It's no shaking your ass or nothing like that. And he was like, don't worry, I'll tell you the details. So I'm like, okay, good. Like, I'm not shaking my ass on nobody's camera. And he was like, I know, but the shoot might be next Tuesday though. So I said, that's fine. He said, I'll make sure you're taken care of, no hood shit, and I'll be your manager for the day. So I'm like, you gonna be there? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna be there. Didn't mind doing it, but being that I know him, I felt more comfortable, like if he was gonna be there instead of me going to some random person's video shoot and whatever. So fast forward. Fuck, I lost the stuff. All right, so he told me to basically lock in the video shoot for next Tuesday. He said lock in the video shoot for next Tuesday. I was like, I'm usually off on Tuesday, but I'm taking a vacation. And I was like, if the pay is decent, then I would call out. But if not, whatever. He's like, it's gonna be more than you get paid for the day. Trust me, I told you I'm your manager. So I was like, all right, I need to know numbers. Anyways, he said he's gonna confirm the numbers and all that. He was like, trust him. And I was like, I trust you. Like, he said he's gonna confirm all the details on Wednesday, and he's locking me in. So eventually he sent me the information, the details of the video shoot. I don't know if I called out or if I was off, I'm not sure. That is how me and Habibi got to link. I do the shoot, I get paid. Once the shoot is done, everybody there, we're all like just chilling, like, so we're sitting on the couch and we're talking, and Habibi's like, why you not eating? And I'm like, everybody is being a savage. And he was like, I'm gonna take you out to eat after this, so don't even worry about it. So I'm like, all right, cool, like whatever. I'm already here, I'm already in Brooklyn, like I don't mind going out because I'm here. It's different if I have to leave my home and then go link up with the person, but since I'm already here, I was like, all right, cool, like I could go out to eat, like it doesn't matter. We sit on the couch, now we still talking. He's like, my birthday is coming up. I'm like, oh, okay, like what you doing for it? You know, regular making convo. He's like, I want to take a trip. I want to go on a vacation. He was like, I want to take a trip. So I was like, okay, like take a trip or stop being, it's your birthday. Celebrate. He's like, no, I want to take a trip with you. I think I was like, we out. So he was like, stop playing, like I will book the trip right now. If it say something to me, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go along with it because I don't believe it. I be thinking that they all lying. So I'm like, go ahead, book it right now, because I really think he's lying. Most of the time be capping. So I was like, go ahead, book it right now, let's go, we out. He was like, book the hotel. Yeah, book it. And he gave me his card. I was like, you serious? Like, you really want me to book this right now? He was like, go ahead, book it. And I'm like, all right, like, cool. This is the energy that I need. Where have you been my whole life? Well, he gave me his card and I booked the flight. I didn't have any more PTO days at work. So the days that we have booked, I was scheduled to work. If I could get the days off from work, I could go, which will most likely not happen. But if I can't get the days off from work, you know, I'm just gonna tell them like, sorry, I couldn't get the days off from work. But in the back of my mind, I'm still contemplating like, oh my God, like, I don't know, like, should I go, should I not, should I go, should I not? And in my head, I'm like, go, don't go, go, don't go. Ultimately, it comes down to me being off of work. At the time, at my job, we had a new manager. The new manager was beefing with every single one of the employees except for me. I was a cordial one. I don't really be having problems with nobody. I'm just mad regular. I'm mad chill. I'm mad laid back. So I was just chilling like. So one day, me and the manager, after work, me and her went and we grabbed drinks at Applebee's. While we was drinking, we was talking about everything work related, just gossiping. I felt like we was bonding. So I told her like, I have a trip coming up to, and I know I don't have the days off and I know I don't have any PTO, but I was wondering if you could finagle the schedule a little bit and give me the days off. She did what she do and she did what she did and she gave me the days off. But even though I had the days off, I still was scared. Like, no guy ever flew me out before. This would be my first time ever getting flued out. When the city girls said get flued out, they didn't give us the handbook about what getting flued out was like. He called me that night and he was like, you coming? And I was like, I don't know, because I was still on edge. Like, I really didn't know. But I still packed my stuff. And he called me the next morning. He like, you coming? I'm like, yeah. So we got an Uber and he came to get me an Uber and we went to the airport. Now let's get into the tea. So we get to, I think his birthday was the day before we went. So it was the next day after his birthday. So we get there, we in our clothes, we get in the hotel room. So we drinking, still in our travel clothes. We go, we get some food, we get some weed delivered to us. After we eat, we go outside and we went and we smoked. We smoked the whole, I think it came 20 blunts inside the pack. We smoked the whole 20 blunts outside. Now we smacked, we laughing, we high, we giggling. We go back up to the room now. I want to change and I want to get, you know, go outside and explore. I'm like, you know, I want to take a shower. He's like, come here. I'm not really affectionate and like touchy-feely. It was just cringy to me. He wanted to be like hugged up and stuff and it was just like, all right. I didn't express that it was cringy, but it still was cringy. He's like, come here, trying to hug me up and kiss me. Like, oh, why you playing with me? And I'm like, I'm not playing with you. Like, I'm just trying to take a shower. He like, you've been curving me for years. Like, why you be treating me like that? And I'm just like, I'm not curving you. Like, I just really want to take a shower, bro. Like, we could talk about this after I get out the shower. I get in the shower, and when I come out the shower, we laying in a bed. So basically, he's trying to have sex. I wasn't really trying to have sex with him, but I was just like, whatever. I was just gonna see how far he was gonna try and take it. He got his little dingling out and he's trying to like, you know, he's going for the kill. Number one, he didn't have on a condom. Excuse me, like, where's the condom? First of all, you're not having sex with me unprotected. That's number one. And number two, just know, like, if you don't got a condom, like, you're not getting in this. He was like, I don't got one, blah blah. So I'm like, all right, well, you need to go find one. You need to go get a condom. So he's like, all right, man. So he stopped. Then he tried again, and I'm like, yo, you don't listen. I'm not having sex with you without a condom. So that's a dub. I knew what the condoms was at, but I still wasn't really on that timing. So after he tried for the third time, he was done. Like, he had an attitude. So he laid on the side of the bed. He had the pillow there, and he had his little attitude. And I was like, oh, so you mad now? Like, I'm just being regular and being funny. I'm like, oh, so you mad now? He was like, no, but your Uber's coming. So he like, oh, like, I booked you a flight back home. Your Uber's coming at 12 o'clock. So I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm not even paying him no mind. I'm just like, all right, cool. Like, you're mad. All right, whatever. You're tight. Bye. Now we take a nap now. And we wake up. It's like, I'm gonna say it was like 9:30ish, 10ish. We got up and we went to get something to eat. We went to Domino's. He paid for the food. We get back to the room and we sit at the desk. We're eating. This is strike number one. One thing I don't play about is my food. I don't care who bought it. I don't care if you bought it. I don't care if your mother bought it. I don't care if your girlfriend bought it. I don't care. I don't care who bought the food. I don't care what the food is. Don't play with my food. I don't play about my food. Like, don't play with me. Like, nothing when it comes to food. No, I'm sorry. So here's what they did. he eating his wings. He ordered barbecue wings and I ordered like hot wings or something like that. He's eating his wings and he's like, oh, like these wings is too saucy. So you push them to the side, and when I'm eating my wings, he grabs my wings from me, my chicken wings, and he starts eating them. And he's like, oh, these is nasty. And he closes them up and he pushes them to the side too. Excuse me? I don't care if you bought it. I don't care if you pay for it, because I could pay for it for myself. What you're not gonna do is grab my food out my hand while I'm eating, eat it, and then throw it to the side. You're like, don't forget your Uber is coming for you at 12. It's like 11:45 right now. I started packing up my stuff, and I packed my shit and I left. I dropped my bags off downstairs in the hotel lobby in the bag room, and then I started walking around. I was dead ass annoyed because I'm like, yo, like this got some nerve. He got some nerve. First of all, I don't know who you think he is, because what you're not gonna do is think that I'm about to sit here and kiss your ass. I'm not kissing nobody's ass. You could take your stink ass wings that you bought, take your bum ass hotel room, you could take your flight and shove it up your ass. Mind you, it's mad homeless people. It's like 12 in the morning, unfamiliar area. I'm like, this is grimy. You couldn't have waited till the morning, like to talk about somebody Uber's coming to get me, because he kept saying it, and it was just like, all right, like now you said it the first time at like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, but you keep saying it. Once you say something, you make it clear that I'm not wanted around, I'm not wanted here or something like that. I'm out. So I'm walking around. I'm hungry because, mind you, he ate my wings, and after that I was like, fuck the wings, like you can have them, eat them shits. I don't want your bum ass wings. So I'm walking around trying to figure out like what I'm gonna do. I found this little pizza shop, so I order some pizza, and I sit in the pizza shop. I changed my flight, so it was originally supposed to leave like 3 days later. I changed it to leave 2 days later, because even though he was kicking me out, I didn't come for nothing. Like, I still want to enjoy my time. I changed the flight because I wanted to change the booking number so that he couldn't cancel it, and I had to pay to change it anyway. I changed my flight, and then I started like looking up some hotel rooms. So I found this hotel room that I liked and I wanted to stay in. I booked it, and I called them, asked them if I could check in early, and they was like, no, like I have to wait in the morning. So basically, like, I would have been walking around the streets. Oh, mind you, I spoke to him when I was leaving, and he was like, be safe. So eventually he ended up calling me at like 2:30 something in the morning, and he was like, what you doing? And I'm like, I was mad, like I said, I was mad regular. I'm like, I'm chilling, like, what's up? He like, oh, I missed you. And I was like, okay. At this point, I could like be like whatever, or I could just go back to his hotel and sleep there for the night. So he's like, oh, you want me to send you an Uber? And I was like, yeah, like send me an Uber. So he sent me an Uber from where I was at back to his hotel, and I slept there for the night. I was still being regular. Like, I don't really get mad. Like, I just be mad chill when it comes to certain situations. So in the morning, I wake up and he's like, I bought you your favorite food from IHOP to make it up to you. I didn't tell him that I had to book the new hotel room or change my flight. So he think that everything is all peaches and cream. I told him that I booked my own hotel and I changed my flight. And he was like, why you did that? Like, no, like, I don't want you to go. I don't want you to stay, blah, blah. I'm like, nah. He dead ass kicked me out the hotel room. Well, I left, but he still was kicking me out at 12 o'clock. So once I booked your flight, your Uber is coming. Like, he was dead ass kicking me out. He was just basically like, oh, like, can you please stay? Like, don't do that. So I told him, like, I'll stay if, for one, you have to change my flight back to the date. You have to give me my back for that I paid to change the reservation in the first place. And I'm not staying at the W. Like, you have to extend my hotel stay. Like, that's it. And I stayed, and the rest of the trip was good. And yeah, that's about it. So yeah, that was a time that I got kicked out. And basically what I'm gonna say is, if it's find you out, make sure you have your own money, because basically he was basically saying that he do that often. Like, he fly girls out. When he kicked them out or whatever, they stand at the door and they be knocking at the door, begging him to come in. got me fucked up. Never would I would not have gone there if I didn't have my own money in the first place. If you want to let a fly you out or do anything for you, make sure you have your own money, because these be trifling. Like, if he would have like did right, we would have had like we would have been lit. We would have had a lit friendship, because the rest of the trip was definitely fun. It was fun after like that whole situation happened. But after that, we came back and we was still like speaking here and there for a while. Eventually, like, he was trying to make it up to me for what he did, but I hold grudges, and I just can't get over like how you thought it was okay to be trying to put me out of the hotel at like 1 in the morning in a city that I've never been to, and you know it's mad homeless people, and how you thought he said it was a joke. And I'm like, how was that funny? Like, what was funny about that? There was nothing funny. I didn't find that comedic at all. Like, it was not funny to me. How can you say that you're a genuine person and you would do some fucked up shit like that all because I didn't have sex with you? Like, that's mad whack. If I could go back in time, would I have done it differently? No, I wouldn't. I still would have done everything the same. I just, like I said, have your own money. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this story time, or you just like me, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment down below, follow me on Instagram, and stay tuned for whatever video comes next.